So unionizing, which is spreading all around the United States, is an antidote to the poison of isolation and mental illness. Connection on every level is an antidote. And also belief in a future and hope is an antidote against that poison. And hope comes not from passivity, but from saying this is wrong and I'm going to do something about it. And people all over America are doing that. That's the good news. More people are joining unions than ever before in our history since the 1930s. People are at all different levels. Intellectuals who wouldn't have been unionized before, for example, the Chicago Art Institute workers are unionized. All the student workers at Grinnell College are organized. The research assistants all over California are unionized. The newspapers in New York are unionized, the New York Times, the Daily News, the Gannett newspapers, because they were being terribly exploited and cut back. Nurses are at the forefront. The nurses in Worcester had a 221-day strike, and they struck not only for better wages and conditions, but for their patients. And they connected on that, and it helped them believe and hope and stay connected. Same with the flight attendants, whose leader, Sarah Nelson, is probably the most militant leader in the union movement, who talks about how when people got together, they fought the airlines so they weren't laid off and they could survive together during the pandemic. That's also true of the nurses, which are another feminine union, another feminist union and women's union, who hung in there even when they got a big raise. The Tenet Hospital Group, one of the biggest in the United States, a for-profit hospital group, said, okay, you all get a raise, but the specialty nurses will be replaced by the scabs they didn't say scabs, the replacement workers who were replacing them during the strike. Well, all of them stayed on strike. That's one of the reasons the strike was 221 days. They stayed on strike till everyone was reinstated and everyone got an increase. And that kind of connection and solidarity is what restores mental health for all of us. And so the reason to get together and replace isolating, exploitative capitalism with socialism and hope and connection and unions is for our mental health as well. Because capitalism is really bad for our health.